What's going on, Sky fans? I know we're a few hours removed from the game, but listen, I am still very much so hyped over the game that Angel Reese had and the Chicago Sky getting a comeback victory over the Indiana Fever. We're going to talk about it some more, break it down, have some fun, as only we could do right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chicago Sky Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content, y'all, man. This was a big game by the Chicago Sky. And not because the opponent, even though the Indiana Fever were riding with a 4-game winning streak coming here to against Chicago, but it's the fact that the Chicago Sky did not allow this game to slip away from them. And they came out in the third quarter initially playing really well, even getting the lead coming out of halftime, and then the Indiana Fever came marching back. And the Chicago Sky just did not go away. They were able to overcome a terrible shooting night by Marina Mabry, Kennedy Carter. Listen, Hollywood Carter is the name. 8 for 12 from the field, 5 assists, 2 rebounds, 23 points. Dana Evans didn't really give much off the bench. Diamond DeShields, only 8 points, but she hit a really big momentum-changing three for the Chicago Sky in this point. But it's all about Hollywood Carter and the rookies in this game. Double-doubles from both Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese. 16 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal from Camila. She also had 4 personal fouls, but it is what it is there. But Angel Reese having her best game of her WNBA career, 25 points, 16 rebounds, 1 assist in this game, going 8 of 12 from the field. And it's just that you see the growth, right? Angel Reese, I talked about this a little bit in the daily episode a couple of days ago, but Angel Reese is hitting her stride now. She understands the physicality of the WNBA. She understands how to use her size. You're seeing she's shooting the ball much more effectively from the field. Nobody can use the excuse of she's just thriving off her own misses anymore. That narrative needs to be debunked. Angel Reese is on back-to-back games of over 50% shooting from the field and also getting double-doubles while keeping the personal fouls down, and tonight shooting 66% from the free throw line on top of that. Angel Reese understood the assignment today. She knew when she can catch mismatches. I'm talking too fast. But on top of that, she just understood that nobody could stop her when she got into certain areas and certain points and got certain angles. Aaliyah Boston is a monster, right? We all know that. But Angel Reese just played so, and Camila too. Camila going 7 of 9 from the field for 16 points, man. Just beautiful. And then when you look at like Caitlin Clark, got to give her props. 17 points in this game, 13 assists, 6 rebounds, 4 steals. She also had 5 turnovers. And then you got Aaliyah Boston in this one with 18 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. But this is a game that the Indiana Fever seemed like they had. And the Chicago Sky came marching back and playing just so effectively, us knowing what they're capable of. And so we continue to see just everything being right for this team. And I put Teresa Weatherspoon on the thumbnail here because we got to talk about the fact that it just keeps being what we need it to be. Like, Teresa Weatherspoon has grown so much in how she calls the offensive game for the Chicago Sky, and it's just been great. And when you look at those minutes breakdowns that we've talked before, those lineups that we said were the lineups that were working for the Chicago Sky continue being the right lineups for this team. And that's something that you just see that's so effective in games like this, bro. And we had an old ass, a dumbass in the comments who didn't understand the difference between analytics and statistics. And when we're going over those lineups, he's like, well, it's going to change. Now the lineup with Dana Evans is going to be the best. And no, that lineup still only outscores their opponents by 4 points. But when you look at the new starting lineup for this team, Lindsey Allen, Camila Cardoso, Kennedy Carter, Marina Mabry, Angel Reese, outscoring their opponents by 27 points when they're on the field. The lineups now with Dana Evans have changed a lot now with her, but they're outscoring opponents by 4 points, which is still overall solid, but we're just seeing the change there in that time. So listen, it's really good to watch how the Chicago Sky team has been playing, how they've been performing. It's been beautiful basketball to watch. That's what it is. And so they still go through their issues, right? They still go through their times of struggling, especially offensively. But overall, they're playing in a way that is just they're playing in a really good way, man. It just, I love seeing how the offense is developing and how we're going to our bigs more consistently now, man. So It is what it is, man. It's really good, bro. And just to see how this team is developing, it's really good. Lilac says, she be watching your videos. Who, Angel? I doubt Angel watches my videos, bro. I doubt that, man. But listen, I love the way that Angel Reese is playing in this game. Are you saying Reese is watching my videos? I doubt that too. They don't know who the hell I am. But it's just really good to see the way this team is performing and the edge that they have, right? This is a game that they very well could have given away. And especially when they were down in the fourth quarter, Caitlin Clark hit a big three at one point, and it seemed like, all right, they're gonna go away. The Fever are gonna beat us again, and the Sky just hold on. 6-9 now on the season. Still 3 games below 500, but we still got a lot of games left. We got a month before the All-Star break, so as the Sky keep playing this way, things are going to keep developing. And I love the way that's being handled, man. And it's really good in that case. So we're seeing really good, really positive things overall. And just the way that this team is developing. And this, listen, I said a couple of weeks ago when somebody asked this question, when Angel wins Rookie of the Year, she'll need Secret Service for protection. Somebody asked, could Angel Reese win Rookie of the Year? And I had said, hey, it's going to take a lot to do because of the narrative, right? Not even because of Angel Reese's performance, but because of the narrative. But if she keeps performing like this and breaking and setting records, the narrative is going to be in Angel Reese's favor, right? And the Sky got to win as well. Like, that's going to be, I think, the difference maker. Don't be surprised if the Rookie of the Year conversation comes down to which team is actually winning basketball games. And the Indiana Fever having the winning streak that they did definitely helps right now. It's still very early in the season, but I think that narrative can start changing. And don't overlook how much narrative does matter in that as well. Angel Reese also high in all-star voting, so we could very well see a year in which she is an all-star and Rookie of the Year, but you're going to have to keep it going. The bench didn't give us a whole lot in this game. 14 points from the bench, which is solid, right? I would like to see the bench more towards the 18 points off the bench range, and that could be spread around many players. I'm glad that Diamond Shields had one of her best games in a while, even though it's only 8 points, but it's one of her better games. And this Sky team, I think it's important to look at a couple of categories for the Sky. Rebounding is always going to be something that helps us, right? Especially for defensively rebounding well. 31 defensive rebounds in this game, 38 rebounds overall. We out-rebounded the Fever by 13. And then shooting the ball above 50%. Because we're not a good three-point shooter, we only went 4 of 17. We still shot the ball 31 of 62. So right at that 50% mark, that's where you can be effective at. And limiting turnovers. We had a lot of bad turnovers today, 15 turnovers for the Chicago Sky. That is a struggle. That is something that we need to work on. But overall, all in that, like rebounding, shooting the ball at least 50% from the field, if we can limit turnovers and get steals, those are things that are really things to look at for as well. Humble Haize for assistant coach. That's never going to happen. Never going to happen. Built hands on. Yep, because a lot of Clark's fans are animals and can't keep their hate out of the game. Well, the thing is, and like I said, I'm not even going to say Caitlin Clark fans. It's the stands, right? It's the radicals that make it so bad in a case like that. And there are even some in this chat right now. I'm just choosing not to read their comments, but it's just ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. So you better give Haize a promotion. He's the WNBA commissioner, not assistant coach. Listen, it's never going to happen. Never going to happen, bro. Never going to happen. Angel sparking that comeback run as a rookie speaks volumes, man. I couldn't stay in my seat. It's you're seeing the poise that Angel Reese had in college is starting now to come. She really spent the first month of her WNBA career going through the trials, the bad shooting, the fouls, right? The even, sometimes some of the bad things in the media. But you're seeing an Angel Reese now that is channeling all that to performance on the basketball court. And that's when she's the most dangerous. People that like to talk about Angel Reese as a person and things like that and dissuade from who she is, how special she is, you can only deny it so much. And she's just proving so many doubters wrong and doing it in an organic way, right? She's not being selfish. She only took 12 shots today. Not being selfish by any stretch of the imagination. She's doing it through refinement of her game, but also through natural leadership. This team, and I've been one of the people who are like, hey, a rookie isn't usually going to be the leader on your team, but you saw that this Chicago Sky team, with the momentum that Angel Reese was playing with, defaulted to her. They deferred to her. They looked at Angel to set that tone. And listen, Angel Reese being drafted in number 7 is going to look like one of the biggest steals in WNBA history if this keeps going. Like, it just is. She is such a special player, fam. She just is. And, you know, keep in mind, I'm somebody who I came into this draft hoping this guy were going to get Rakia Jackson, right? But like the fact, once it seemed like the Sky were targeting Angel, like she's somebody who matches the vibe of the city. And here's what I'll say as well. While the WNBA is growing, and I don't care who it's growing because more of, that's not the conversation I'm trying to have here. But while the WNBA game is growing and naturally the attention around the Chicago Sky is growing as well, she's the perfect player to bring all together the identity of the city of Chicago. And we're going to embrace her. We're going to embrace her. Brazil Papa says Brenda Maxwell is on the Spanish team right now. Well, she's signed to a Spanish team that won't start playing until the all season. They won't even start playing, I don't believe, until after the WNBA season. So that's still if she's healthy. So yeah, she's signed to the Spanish team, but that just means that's where she's going to play when the WNBA season is over. It doesn't stop her from signing with the or playing with the Chicago Sky if they decide to go that way. Doesn't stop that at all. So there you go on that one. Angel as a rookie doing what she does versus the crop of players is pretty fun to watch and going to lead to winning culture for a decade. And Camilla, right? In talking about Angel Reese so much, I don't want to overlook what Camilla is doing as well. When you look at Camilla's first game back from injury and then now look at how she played in this game, you're also seeing her poise. You're seeing her understand how to use her size. You're seeing her understand how to stop fouling in certain situations. You understand her understanding the pacing, right? Camila Cardoso is somebody who I won't talk for everybody. I kind of expected her to translate right away. And she's still doing it in a very condensed amount of time, but you're seeing her just play so effectively. It's just really good to see as well from her, man. Just playing really good. We need to bring back Brenda Maxwell or somebody who can shoot threes and plays D. I mean, listen, this team is a consistent 3-point shooter or two away from being well above 500. Like the lack of spacing that we have, because every team in the WNBA knows that we're not a 3-point shooting team, is evident. Every single game, it's evident. But the Sky are finding the ways to thrive in it. So B-Bond says, okay, tell me why she's special. Do you not see what she does on the court? Like nobody should. B-Bonds, I'm sorry. If you're talking about Angel Reese, if you don't see why she's special, it's willful ignorance on your part. And it's you being blinded by some other type of narrative. You don't see why she's special. To be somebody who doesn't spread right now, isn't shooting outside of 10 feet, but still to be able to have an impact. You see defenses know that they have to limit Angel Reese from the paint. Regardless of what you want to say, her ability to rebound both offensively and defensively, how she's scoring off putbacks. Keep in mind, she's still doing all this with almost no offensive plays actually ran for her yet in this season. To say that you don't see why Angel Reese is special, I'm sorry, that's not you cooking. That's idiotic, man. Are you talking about Caitlin Clark? This is a story for another day, but I still think Caitlin Clark is special as well. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. Buddy says, tell me I was right about Angel. Did we ever say you were wrong about Angel? So I'm talking about Clark, not Reese. Here's the thing with Caitlin Clark is she is special. She's adjusting. And like I said, I'm not somebody who I feel like I got to knock Caitlin Clark to talk good about Angel Reese. I recognize Caitlin Clark for what she is. She is going to be a special shooter on this league and a passer. Now, are we going to look back at Caitlin Clark and say she's the best player in the WNBA? No, I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that. And I'm not saying that I see that for Angel Reese yet either. But for the people that think that the game was just going to, and I'm sorry, B-Bonds, for coming at you left. I thought you were talking about our Chi-Town Barbie. But Caitlin Clark is somebody who is going to break records. She's going to. Shooting, scoring wise, she's going to break a lot of records. But I don't know if we ever look at Caitlin Clark as the best player in the WNBA. I just don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that. Ain't this A'ja Wilson is special. Like that's different. Angel Reese, I'm sorry, not Angel Reese, A'ja Wilson. When you look at A'ja, and I got to give props to her, play on the court. She has the personality. A'ja Wilson should be the face of the WNBA, and she won't be because of narrative. But if you're looking at any person who on the court, outside the court, everything, the way she talks, it's how she leads her team, A'ja Wilson should be the face of the WNBA. And many people shouldn't do this. She should be the face of the WNBA. And she's not going to be. But A'ja Wilson is everything. And you just look at how she just executes and goes about the game. It's everything, man. Nate says, man, Haize, that Dallas pick swap looking real different now. It would be special if they could get that top pick. Well, Nate, I actually did some research on that, and I also got your text message. I haven't done any mailbags. I got you when I do a mailbag, but the thing about the pick swap is that they have the right to swap picks. So they don't necessarily have to swap. I thought it was an outright pick swap, but no, it's that they have the choice to. So they can wait until the draft, and if the Sky's pick is better, they can choose to swap their picks. They basically, to whittle it down, is they get the best out of the picks between the Sky and the Dallas Wings. So that's what the way to look at it. We can very well keep our own pick, but we'll see how that goes. A'ja just stacked 32 points, 16 rebounds against the number one seed Connecticut Sun. A'ja's different, bro. Angel, the A'ja Angel thing now has my brain all jacked up, and I got to get it together. Once Angel develops a 10 to 12 foot shot, she will be the best player in the league. I mean, listen, bro. Listen. And if she can develop a consistent 10 to 12 foot, I would say 10 to 15 feet. If she can be consistent from 12 to 15 feet, it changes everything. And I don't use that lightly. That's not even hyperbole. Because look, right now teams are having difficulty guarding her. They put two bodies on her in the paint. Imagine if she's pulling another big out, right? Now, yes, her offensive rebounds could go down in a case like that. But offensively, imagine you have Angel Reese hitting 10 to 15 footers with Camila Cardoso in the middle, and with Angel Reese's ability to also pass and make lobs to Camila. If you have guards that move without the ball and get a consistent three-point shooter, man, listen, bro. Listen, it's barbecue chicken for defenses in the league, and that if that's the case, man. Jury's still out for both long term, but in defense, CC, the turnover number is false narrative. Mitchell tricked off passes right into her hands. Smith did also a lot of missed layups too. Yeah, I mean, but it still counts. Like, it's not a false narrative. It's still happening, right? But I get what you're saying in that for sure. Angel Reese remind me of A'ja, and Kennedy remind me of Allen Iverson. Listen, Teresa Weatherspoon compared Kennedy Carter to Kyrie Irving, and literally, I'm telling you right now, somebody needs to make a mashup. And I'm not talking about the impact, we'll see, but I'm talking about the spots on the floor and how they get there. Go and look at how Kyrie Irving scores off pick and rolls, and then go look at how Kennedy Carter scores in the mid-range and off pick and rolls as well. It's eye-opening. Now, she's not the three-point shooter Kyrie can be, but how she breaks down off a pick and roll, man, there's some serious things there. There's some serious things there. Angel's becoming money at the free throw line. I think she will develop more consistent jump shot eventually too. Yeah, I believe it's gonna happen with time. A'ja Wilson may be the best player we've ever seen. Hey, I don't like Breonna Stewart is amazing. And seeing Breonna Stewart in the way that she plays is just flawless. But A'ja Wilson is just different. She's just different. You got to go back, and especially there's two sides of the basket. Can she score like Caitlin? No. But defensively, come on now, bro. You got to know. You got to watch the actual games, man. Crystal says, Haize, do you think it's possible for Angel Reese to win Rookie of the Year? I'm starting to think more and more that I came into the season just thinking because of the narrative that she didn't have a lot of chance. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Bulls Daily says, we missed you earlier, my brother. Hey, I'm back. That's why I'm here now. Anna says, I couldn't picture Angel Reese anywhere else. Chicago is her home. Completely agree with that one. I was at this game and it was electric, but I will say so many people from Iowa and Indiana here at this game. Yeah, because it's a short travel for them, right? It's just like with Bulls games. You remember back in the day before the Bucks got Giannis, how every time we played the Bucks in Milwaukee, there were more Bulls fans there than Milwaukee Bucks fans. It's something very similar, right? It's so close that they're going to travel. They're going to show out. Angel Reese had a good game. I agree. Is she better than Caitlin Clark? No. Caitlin Clark is the rookie of the year in the face of the WNBA. All right, hey, listen. First of all, hey, why are your lips so light and your skin so dark? That's what I got to ask you. Like, are you not tanning your lips? Like, what's happening there? Like, why is it that you choose not to tan your lips? I just got to ask a serious question there. Like it's very concerning. Like you look like a caricature of how they used to make fun of black people. Like what's happening there? Are you in blackface? Are you actually in blackface on here? That's what I got to ask you. What is going on? What's happening with your face? What is happening? Are you actually a real person or are you a simulation? We got to ask those type of questions, bro. We got to ask those type of questions, especially if you don't come in here trying to talk. You must not know where you at. This is Chicago Sky Central. We flame in here. And so when you come in here looking like that, we got to ask, what are you? Like I just really want to know, what are you? Are you a person? Are you indeed a humanoid? If not, I got some subsequent questions to ask you there. Got some subsequent questions to ask you. But what happened? Why don't you tan your lips? What happened there? We don't know. We don't know. Okay. It is what it is. Now let's go ahead and move on. I don't know why people come here with that. I really don't know. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. That's just wild. Like that's crazy. Like just like what's going on here? What happened? What what is going on? What is going on there? That's crazy. That's crazy. Listen, I bet you eat ears of corn the long way, don't you? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's wild, man. That's wild. That's crazy, man. That's wild, man. That's just wild. Like, listen, corn on the cob ain't no problem. They showed Jalen Brunson, but didn't show his dad next to him. Thought that they would. Hey, I'm glad that Jalen Brunson was in the city, man. Really glad that Jalen Brunson was in the city. Jalen Brunson, man, he's definitely a type of player that I wish was on the Chicago Bulls, man. Remy says CC actually plays okay defense, like in terms of passing lanes and stuff. I agree with that. But Angel is definitely the better defense. Yeah. And see, that's where when you have defensive conversations, and that's on me, you got to have the conversation between off-ball defense and on-ball defense. Angel Reese is a much better on-ball defender, and she still plays the passing lane. While Caitlin Clark is active on ball, she's much better off-ball defender right now than what she is on ball, and that can come around, right? That can come around. They actually had to take an X-ray of Angel after the game. She got that dog in her. She got that dog in her. He a goofball. Goofball Jamal. Clark fans are definitely in attendance tonight. It was pissing me off. They were cheering for her in my city. I mean, listen, they're gonna show up, bro. Especially with the growth of the WNBA. You're gonna get Caitlin Clark fans all over the place. So, any thoughts on Kaiser? Because I can't pronounce her last name to save my life. Getting some spot minutes from for some added 3 point. No, because Kaiser is not a good player. She's not. She's just not that. And I mean, we got to ask ourselves, why is she still on the roster if we're not going to play her? Right? Here's the corn the wrong. Hey, listen, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. You can't tell me that she can't chew her way through a baseball. Like it's just real talk through a baseball. Like you just come on, man. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? Chicken bones and all. It's all eaten, all of it. Oh man, that is hilarious. Yeah, Hayes, can we get a hardship player for Ewell? I would think so. I don't know what's happening there. Honestly, I'm surprised that hasn't been approved already. I need to do some research on that because her injury is the rest of the season. So they should get it. Maybe they just haven't filed for it yet. I don't know. I don't know. CC plays very well when she lets the offense come to her instead of forcing shots. And that's one of the things that we've talked about. And they're starting to correct it. One of the things I think that the Indiana Fever did that they shouldn't have done early in the season is play through Caitlin Clark. I think that they should have played through Aaliyah and let Caitlin Clark thrive at what she's great at. But I know they wanted to develop her point guard skills. They wanted to develop her ability to run the offense, things like that. But I just think that it could have went a little different way to start. So, Buddy Hield, no, listen. Buddy Hield's dental bill, bro. Like you just know for 100% fact when Buddy Hield show up to the dentist, they just be like, "Hey, we taking the day off after this." Then that's just for a regular cleaning. You just got to take the day off after that. Kennedy Carter is not the best guard in the league, bro. Like I love Kennedy Carter, Hollywood Carter. Shout out, she's not the best guard in the league. She got to shoot threes better and defend better to be the best guard in the league. Time for the NBA to invest more. They are literally the only reason the WNBA is still able. They keep in mind the WNBA loses money every single year. The only reason that they're still around is because the NBA has been pouring money into it. That's it. The Fever should be running their offense through Boston and Mitchell. Clark needs to know her role and stop believing in her own hype. See, I don't think that it's her believing in her own hype. I think that that's she's doing what the coaches have called her. I listen. I get it. And Caitlin Clark stands are the worst. But Caitlin Clark as a person, I don't dislike Caitlin Clark as a person. I don't hate on Caitlin Clark as a person. I don't think she's somebody that believes in her own hype. I think that Caitlin Clark loves the game of basketball and she's going to work her ass off to be as great as she possibly can be. I think that the narrative around Caitlin Clark is so disheartening for people because it's just a lot of bullshit. Not because of her, but because of Caitlin Clark's stance. That's just my thing. Like, who do we have that could match up against the Storm starting lineup player for player and beat them? I don't know. We got to go into that one. Barbie and Kennedy Random is sick. Although you can tell they actually got love for each other. Camilla, Barbie, and Carter, the big three right now. Hey, listen, especially when Marina maybe brings so up and down, it's hard to argue with that. It's very hard to argue with that. I wouldn't trust the WNBA losing money right now before bargaining. No, you can trust it. The financials are public. You can go and watch it. The WNBA loses money every single year. Now, of course, the growth of the W this year is going to help tremendously. Make no mistake about it. It's going to help. But they were losing so much money it's going to be a bit hard. And then keep in mind, with the new CBA and the ratings and things going up, it means player contracts are going to go up, which may mean that they're not going to be able to recoup some of the new money that they have coming in before it goes into player con. It's going to be interesting to watch. Now, the WNBA is going to start being profitable. I think within the next 5 years, this will start being profitable. The Sky need to do better at moving without the ball. It's like how the Bulls stand and watch tomorrow. Oh, facts. We don't move. Our off ball actions are terrible. Absolutely terrible. And we got to get a lot better at that. A lot better at it. Has the W ever had co-rookie of the year winners? Huh. Let's see. Let me look at this real quick. Come on. What we doing here? Not that I see. 8, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. 17. No. At least not that's listed here. I'm looking on Wikipedia. I don't see any co-rookie of the years listed. So no, they have not. You know what? That would be another narrative thing if they do that. That would be crazy. But all right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this second post game show for the Chicago Sky Fever game. And Steve O did his own earlier today. Make sure you guys are following the show at Chicago Sky Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. Chicago Sky Central at gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. That's thanks to you guys. And I'll see you guys next time we go to Skytown.